Hello, everybody.
Hello.
For the first time tonight, we are the Book Coven.
The Book Coven.
There's Chelsea.
That's Lillian.
We are some witchy gals. We do spells. We make treats. We read books.
That we do.
That sums us up in a nutshell.
That's all we do.
We are on all podcast platforms, or all major ones. We're on Instagram at the.book.coven. Head over there for exclusive behind the scenes stuff. Oh, yeah. Check out our YouTube, which is poppin', the Book Coven. There's so many fun videos we make. We have so much fun stuff planned.
So fun.
We have merchandise on Threadless and Redbubble. We have... What else we got?
We got
That's
February.
We got Feb. It's the month of love.
Mad love.
Yeah, we're doing
we're
fucked
crazy.
up. Oh yeah, fucked up love. We had Invisible Girl previous book. And
shit.
today we are closing off Mad Love with The Echo Wife by Sarah Gailey. I didn't write down her last name.
It is Gailey.
It's Gailey? Okay. Sarah Gailey. Here we go. Hot synopsis. Martine is a genetically cloned replica made from Evelyn Caldwell's award-winning research. She's patient and gentle and obedient. She's everything Evelyn swore she'd never be, and she's having an affair with Evelyn's husband. Now the cheating bastard is dead, and the Caldwell wives have a mess to clean up. Good thing Evelyn Caldwell is used to getting her hands dirty. So, huge spoiler right there in the synopsis.
So I forgot. I never read the synopsis before we start the book. So I totally forgot that was in the synopsis. And
okay.
I was quite shocked.
I don't know if it's in every synopsis, but it's on the Goodreads
It's on
one.
yeah. And that's the one I think most people read. Anyway.
That is not a spoiler coming from me. This book just came out yesterday.
Yes.
Whoa, hot off the press.
Toot toot.
So we will we'll have a spoiler-free section review, and we'll tell you when it's going to stop being spoiler-free.
Yeah. That way you know if you want to get in the show.
Yeah.
And then once you're done reading it, you come back here and you click play on the rest of that.
Do it all in one afternoon. Thank you. That was warm.
That was a spoiler.
Our food and drink pairings
Yay.
for this evening. Oh my god, that's a rumble in my chest. I hope no one heard that. I have just some regular old bodacious smooth white. Because I had a lot for Christmas.
And it is fucking smooth.
Mm.
Smells smooth. Tastes smooth.
Oh, I know I like it. Bodacious. So I struggled with the food pairing because
they didn't fucking eat in this whole
there's really
goddamn
no
book.
mention of food. And so I went, okay, she's a scientist. She's efficient. So these are little taco cups without they're pre-assembled with refried beans, salsa, guacamole, onions, cheese, vegan cheese. And they're all in a little pre-packaged, efficient cup for your tasting pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure. Love me a taco. Love me a taco cup.
I love refried beans.
Oh my god, right? So good.
These are delicious.
They're fucking dope. Okay, spoiler-free review. This changes things because you know we love the spoilers. I very much enjoyed this book.
I loved it.
It was so different than what I thought it was going to be. And that's not a bad thing.
No. I like that the synopsis is super short. It's like fucking 4 sentences because there were so many. I thought the book was slowing down And then it was like, bam, new information.
back
And
in
you're
it.
like, well, shit. So that was good. Because, like, as it was winding down a little, it was starting to get a little bit, like, dull. Because I was like, man, there's 100 pages left. And
Yeah.
what's it going to be? Oh.
My only complaint of this book, Evelyn, sometimes is repetitive. I think it's maybe just like her personality, because she's like this sort of cold scientist. She's always like, go, go, go. And she tends to
Right.
over-explain everything.
Yeah.
So that gets boring and tedious. And like, please, you said this like 2 chapters
Move
ago.
along, man.
The relationships in this book are all so fucked up.
Perfect
So-
for Mad Love. Yeah,
Everyone's miserable.
I hated everyone. I didn't like anyone in this book, but that normally, like, you'd be like, oh man, I couldn't root for anyone or whatever, but I loved that I'd hated everyone. It felt right. Everyone was an asshole. Everyone was
You
annoying.
can't really blame Martine.
No, that was just her
She's a baby, a 2-year-old.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah, the character, oh god, it's just everyone's so rude, and especially Nathan. Oh, I can't wait to dive into that, what that prick did. Oh my god. If you think you hate men, wait till you read about Nathan.
yeah. I hated Evelyn too, though, man.
But Evelyn,
in,
at
like-
least, like, see, one of the things I also love about this book, there's only a few characters. And it's really, you only go into Evelyn and Martine the most, so you learn so much about her. And you can see why she is the way she is.
100%. 100%. Good backstory for people. And yeah, it had a good flow, I think. It, like, had the right moments. It escalated at the right time. It was good. I was surprised at the right times.
Oh, yeah. It had the right amount of science, too. It's just enough so you feel like, oh, yes, I can clone someone now. But not too much where you're like,
Bored.
yeah, like, I'm not actually a scientist. I don't care.
Exactly.
It's like just the watered-down descriptions
Yeah.
for cloning, which I appreciate.
Yeah, which was great. And yeah, I think it suits if you like sci-fi. It suits if you like thriller.
It's like, we'll get into this in the spoiler review. It went in such a different place than I thought it. I thought it was
Same.
going to be this huge, elaborate like, thing.
Yep. But yeah, it was a quick read, I thought. 'Cause
Yeah.
it just kind of kills it. Gets in there. Definitely read it because it is fun. And it makes you hate men, so it's great for February.
And you're doing science while you're hating
doing
men.
science. And that's the way to go.
You want to be a scientist? Here you go.
Here you go. Now you are. And you hate men. Congratulations. Sorry, guys.
Can we go into spoilers now?
Okay, and here, if you don't want spoilers, is your chance to get out
Pause
of
it.
this podcast
Pause
right
the episode.
now.
Don't
Here,
stop
Ugh,
it.
Eat,
Pause
Ooh.
it.
And go. Okay.
Okay, we're going to hit spoilers, everybody. Okay, so Nathan. Let's get him out of the way because, oh my God.
I hate him.
I wanted him to die the second he started in this book.
Right?
I haven't hated a
Whiny
man
bitch.
so passionately. This motherfucker. Okay. Evelyn is a very respected scientist.
Yeah.
I don't know what her actual title is. I don't know. She clones people.
She has a doctorate.
Yes, the book starts with her winning some grand award.
Nobel Prize.
Was it the Nobel? No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. Oh, Nobel laureate? I don't. Fuck.
It started with an N, though. You're not far off. I was going to say, Nebulous Prize, but that doesn't sound right.
I am the nebulous.
She wins a prize because she, perfected some part of cloning. I don't know exactly what her research base was.
she's
I can't explain it, but she does a lot for her field. And then Nathan is a lesser scientist, takes all her research without her knowing while he's married to her, clones a woman. He does this for I think a year or two. Not just one woman, as it turns out. He made 13 of them. And he just killed them if something was wrong with them and buried him in his garden.
Which come on.
First of all, where do they live? They buried 14 bodies in that garden.
Yeah.
And not one neighbor is like, Do they just live like off in a corner somewhere?
That's what I kept trying to picture, because you know how when a book starts and you're in a setting, you always picture that setting. So for some reason, I pictured my mom's old house is where Nathan lived.
I was trying to picture it like I've been there.
I pictured her house as where like Nathan lived, and then as soon as they started digging for bodies and stuff, I was like, but the neighbors, like immediately, like
you couldn't do this.
I know where they were. Oh God, no!
You have fucking neighbors everywhere, like,
and they're so nosy. So like, yeah, they got to live in the middle of bumfuck because
he had to have purposely done that.
Yeah,
because he knew he was going to just be tossing women.
You pissed me off. I'll kill you.
So he clones them, not for any like backstabbing science stuff. No. He's just unhappy with his wife.
Yeah.
Who she's a bit of a bitch, but just divorce her.
Yes. No. You shouldn't have asked her to marry you in the first place because he proposed while they were having a fight.
Yeah.
Like they had like the biggest fight of their relationship, and he comes back in the room,
I know what'll
puts
fix
her
this.
engagement ring on the side table and walks away.
Yeah, he didn't even ask her. She was just like, okay. They shouldn't have been together, but they were together.
Yeah.
He's like this weak little bitch boy who always like, he can't do anything on his own. He has to have people watching him and approving him and being like supportive of him. And Evelyn is like a stone cold, like she's efficient, she's smart, she's very independent.
Yep.
Nathan's the complete opposite. So he steals her research because
and her assistant.
And her assistant, yes. Because he wants his dream wife, basically.
Which...
Yeah. And his dream wife is someone who's docile, who doesn't make decisions for herself. It's always like, how is this going to improve my dear husband? And Evelyn did not want kids. She made that known at the start of their marriage. But Nathan kept trying to push her into it. Like, oh, just give up your career. I'll support us. It's fine.
Look, I got a new job. You can too.
Give up your career if you want kids so bad. Anyway, so he makes this clone specifically so she can get pregnant and give him the baby he so desperately needs, which at the end, of course, when he's alone with the baby, he doesn't want it. Oh my God.
Sounds about right.
Boy. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
And
fuck you, Nathan.
This clone, he didn't have a computer in the house for her. He didn't have books for her. So she's 2 years old, really, when Evelyn finds her. She has no idea how her body works. She's pregnant. She doesn't understand the pregnancy. At one point, she's bleeding, and she's like, oh, this is fine.
Yeah, what?
And Evelyn's like,
no.
You should go to the hospital. He's a prick. The worst person ever.
I love when they find all his journals about each clone. Yep. He's got a separate journal for each clone, and he's got one for Martine. And then they find his writing, now what to do about Evelyn.
Yeah. So he was going to kill her. Because it's a terrible plan to just live his whole life. He obviously can't tell anyone that he cloned Martine. And even when he has this kid, like, no one can know about the kid then, because like unless he says like, oh, I just got this girl pregnant or adopted, don't worry about it. But then the kid, we just tell it like, don't tell anyone about mommy. Ever.
No, so kill Evelyn. That's true. That is I was wondering the whole book, like, what was his plan with Evelyn? And then finally,
it's a terrible like it's not gonna last long. You're gonna get caught,
of course,
you dumbass. And Evelyn eventually finds out. She goes to the house, and there's Martine, who is her. So not only is he cheating on you, which he's cheating on you with a better version of you.
His thought of a better version of you, because you don't talk back to him this time.
Oh, my God. Yeah, and she's programmed not to, like have her own opinions or overthink him. She's just there for support, to support his ideas.
How fun is a wife that doesn't challenge you? Yeah. Honestly. Like,
oh my God. And so the whole book kicks off. Evelyn knows about Martine, and she's like, okay, I'll ignore this. He's left me.
And that I find weird, too. She doesn't, I would have called someone, like the committee, whatever committee there is. I would have just called them.
But she's like, yep, this is, because she's like, Nathan has her so fucked up that she thinks like, this is my fault. I drove him. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I drove him away. There
Yeah.
it is. Sorry, my brain shut
Not
down.
into the arms of your clone.
Yeah. Oh my God. And then, so Evelyn and Martine have tea one afternoon, and she finds out, oh, she's fucking pregnant, which should be
What?
impossible because the clones she makes, they're sterile.
Yeah.
Because,
Which makes sense. That
Yeah.
was the ethics committee
Yeah.
chiming in there.
Evelyn, they're not people, they're like property of the lab.
And
And they don't have,
specimens,
they don't have any rights to their bodies or anything.
Which-
We'll get into the ethics of cloning, but yeah. So she asks Martine, like, why do you think you were made? Like, what's your purpose? And then that throws her in a tizzy. She goes home, confronts Nathan about it. Like, why am I here? Like, what if I didn't want this baby? And Nathan's like, oh Jesus, I'm gonna kill another one. But she kills him before he can kill her.
Because he's a douche.
Yeah.
And he fucked up.
She calls Evelyn, and Evelyn comes over. She opens the door. She's covered in blood. She's like, listen, that's
Something
like me.
happened. And I love that Evelyn's like, I don't care what happened. What are we doing about his body?
Yeah, it's so like, okay, here's a problem.
So efficient.
Here's how we fix it. Let's bury him in the rose garden.
She didn't care at all. And I love that.
Yeah.
Because, like, fuck this guy.
See, here's where I started to think Martine was some like psycho who wanted him dead the whole time and wanted to like replace Evelyn.
Right.
Because there was that whole thing with her having an obscene amount of lime in her shed.
Yes. Yeah.
That Evelyn was
It
like,
checked out at the
suspicious.
end.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like, she commented on it like, huh. Yeah.
I was convinced that was going to be the plan the whole time. Because then they decide they were going to clone Nathan. Because, of course, he's like out in the world. He has a life. People are wondering where the fuck he is.
Yes.
So, and then Evelyn brings her into the lab and she's there for the whole cloning process. And I was like, don't teach her.
I know. Not only are you teaching her, but she's seeing like how she was made. It's just going to make her question her own existence more. And an existential 2-year-old is a fucking scary thing.
Yeah. So I thought it was going to be this whole fucking psycho. They were going to have to fight
Now
each
I'm
other
cloning.
in
Now
the
you're
end. I was
cloning.
so suspicious of her.
Yeah.
And they did play that good in the book. There's a lot of like spooky shit that Martine says, but it's probably just because she's like a fucking clone.
Yeah. And
She's
she
not-
doesn't even, she doesn't know.
But they form this weird bond that's interesting. Evelyn, oh boy, so she's a character. Her dad was abusive. He was a scientist, abusive scientist. Her wife, his wife, Evelyn's mom, was like, she'd just like act like it wasn't happening or just lock herself in her room. But then one day, Evelyn goes downstairs and her mom killed her dad and was just like, shh.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, he disappeared.
Oh my God, he's
And
vanished.
they've kept that lie up this whole time.
And little Evelyn was like, what, 12 or something? And she's like, well, should we call the cops to tell them he disappeared? And she's like, that's a good idea.
Excellent thinking. Once again, they're like, okay, we got a problem.
She like...
But that's Evelyn, though. Her dad taught her, like, emotions ain't anything.
Yeah.
Stuff them down.
Yeah, but he clearly had rage.
Oh, he had a
Because
rage
they had to
problem,
be,
yeah.
like, quiet and stuff.
And
And let me
he-
tell you, sir, rage is an emotion,
Yeah.
so you haven't mastered it
He
yet.
scheduled time with his daughter.
That's sad.
Just so that's her window to ask him questions.
Yeah.
But not any questions. Only questions he would like.
And
mostly
only
about
for half an
science.
hour.
Yeah. So Evelyn, that's why she's all like she hated her dad and what he did to her. Obviously, she was afraid of him, but that like got into her brain.
Of
So
course.
now she's kind of like him.
Yeah.
In a lot of
emotionless.
ways.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, she did the same patterns to Martine at the end, too. Like
Yeah.
giving Martine one day a week where she
just-
can ask questions and...
If you're not like perfect and you don't know what you want,
Mm-hmm.
and like if you stumble through anything, she's like,
No.
this is a weak person.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
him. So why she picked Nathan? I don't understand this
Right?
relationship at all, but okay. Maybe she thought like this would be good for me.
I don't even
No.
think did she ever love him? She said she thinks she did, But I
That's
think
what it
she's
sounds
got
like.
a psychopath brain where she doesn't actually feel love.
Yeah,
She just
her
married him because he
emotions-
asked.
Her emotions are. She doesn't respond to anything in this
No.
book like a normal human would.
No.
So something ain't right with
Appreciated
Evelyn.
that.
Yeah, but she's she's doing her thing. She knows she's fucked up with humans, so she just stays in her lap most of the time.
And so at least she knows, like, I'm
Yeah.
going to stay in my lane. I'm going to do my
I
thing.
mean, it's what happens when your dad is abusive and
Yeah.
your mom kills him, and you have to cover it up the whole time.
And you're growing up learning how to be quiet on the stairs because your dad will freak out if he hears you. Oh my God, get your own house.
Yeah,
Like, if you don't want to live with them.
Martine is kind of like her mom, which is interesting that Nathan made a clone that's a lot like her mom.
Right?
All the things that Nathan would criticize about her.
Yes.
I don't know what Nathan was planning.
I don't either.
But Martine, she's very confused about everything, obviously. But she's very smart, and like when you give her books and shit, she's like
She kills it.
Yeah, because she does come from Evelyn, so
Right.
I guess she's got.
Yeah, she was like a sponge. She learned everything real
She's
fast.
which is kind of cool because she sort of breaks through her programming to make her own decisions, and which baffles Evelyn. Which even when it's so fucked up, but Evelyn's always watching her like, this is remarkable.
See, that's the
How
thing,
are you
though.
doing
I don't
this?
get the programming because, like, a human brain can change.
Yeah.
It's it's malleable.
I guess
Parts can shrink and grow.
I guess she was confused by it because the clones she makes don't ever actually really leave. They don't get to be people.
Yeah, so
most
of
of them
course
are
they're not gonna
unconscious the
change.
whole time, and like they use them for like organ
Yeah.
growth or something. So you should have let someone like stew for a little to see how their brain works, so you know these things.
Also, it just seems like a big oversight for, like, this is how brains function. They do
Yeah.
change with time. They like,
Yeah, I'm a little unclear as to what she was studying, but
yeah.
the scientists are weird. Like,
Yeah, whatever.
They always got some weird shit going on.
We didn't need
That's
to
cool.
get into the
Yeah.
nitty gritty in this.
You're
right?
doing some clone shit. That's cool.
You do you.
And so they become like a weird little family.
They do, yeah. And
She's like her twin sister, I guess.
yeah, and then Saeed.
Saeed, yeah. He was Evelyn's lab assistant who she really appreciated. He was the ideal lab assistant.
And then he got fucked.
Until he wasn't.
Yeah, it's okay.
Who was he was betraying her the whole time, selling Nathan research equipment, which turned out to be for his cloning thing. Did Saeed know? He said he suspected that was what he was doing. That
felt like a lie. Like, dude, you know what he's doing. He's stealing all the right equipment to like.
But he never said anything because he has student loans and he's scared. And he does help them clone Nathan. But then he kind of mentally loses it.
Yeah.
He turns into an alcoholic because he can't deal with his betrayal. So he like fucks off eventually.
Because he's been caught. Not only has he been caught, but now he's got all that information about the dead guy that they're cloning, which is fun. That's what took me for a whirl. Like, when sure, Nathan died and whatever, and then they're like, okay, let's clone him.
No, also
Okay.
a bad idea because he's so like the whole plan. Everyone's plan in this.
Everyone's plans
if you
are stupid.
Sat down long term. Because you make a clone Nathan, they say he's been in an accident.
Yeah.
So that's why his memory's foggy. Okay. But eventually, like, what other memories does he have? And won't he be like forever? Like, why I'm missing like huge chunks of time? I should go to a doctor. And then if he goes to the doctor, won't they be like, yo, something ain't right?
I think
in you.
the plan was that anytime he questioned a memory, Martine would say what the memory should be.
Yeah.
And then he would think it and think that that was his memory, right? Because especially a brain that's that like new is so like.
And then like, would he have the killer instinct that Nathan has? Which they never really gave him a chance to figure that out because Martine finds old Nathan's research and all the bodies and digs them all up like a
Which
loot.
I love. I mean, wouldn't you though? You find one body, you're just like, holy shit, what is my backyard? You just can go
So that's where all the lime came from.
Yes.
And once again, Evelyn's at her doorstep like, Jesus Christ, I gotta handle... You don't have to do any of this, Evelyn.
I know. Yeah.
Whatever. So, yeah, Martine's like, we have to kill him. I can't live with him. And Evelyn's like, you can't just keep killing people.
I love that it makes sense that was her solution,
Yeah.
though, because she found out that his solution to her was to just kill her,
yeah.
right? So it's like,
And how
well,
could
let's
you
just
ever
kill him.
How could you ever really live with him
Right.
and raise a child with him if you're
couldn't.
always like, will he snap and kill
Yeah.
me one day?
No.
So then Evelyn, I don't know how her mind put this together so fast.
Yeah, it was
in
pretty
like
quick.
5 seconds, she was like, okay, we got a good conditioned body here that looks like you.
Yeah.
We'll fake your suicide with this. So they drag this body upstairs, pretend that she hung herself in the closet.
That's what I mean about the psychopath brain, though.
Evelyn's fucked. Also, her job is to make human beings, to dissect them and cut them up and like harvest
Yeah.
organs, do whatever.
So
they
she
do
already
with clones.
was
Yeah.
dissociated, like, she already separated them from person, right?
Yeah,
So
she could biopsy a clone. She could make a clone, kill them in the same day, and be like, "That's cool, burn
Yeah.
it. We don't need this one."
that's what she had to do,
Yeah.
right? In order to keep doing
Yeah.
that job.
So Evelyn, yes, she's fucked up. So yeah, they fake the suicide. And then Martine has to leave the baby.
Yeah,
The
I
baby.
knew she'd end up getting her the baby. I knew she'd
Yeah.
get her back, but I like that Nathan didn't tell Evelyn that Martine killed herself.
Yeah.
Oh, she died of a heart condition.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, fucking big Nathan.
So even fucking clone Nathan is a skeezy
Yeah.
little asshole.
thirsty for kids, has a kid. No, I can't.
my
Oh,
God.
I have to fucking feed the child and spend time with it.
I thought it meant you having the baby, like you took care of it, and I just
Yeah,
like gave
so
it my finger.
he
once in
wanted a
while.
puppy, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
So he shows up. Oh, so Evelyn leaves with Martine. She turns into this weird fucking ghost that just stumbles around her house sad, which I would hate. You go
She's,
downstairs.
like, walking around
Yeah, she's just in
pacing.
the corner like, oh. I imagine that scene in The Office when Dwight's like moaning and
It's just
That's
Martine.
Martine.
Yeah. Around the house all day, like, shut the fuck up.
And then finally Nathan dumps the kid with her. And it all works out in the end, a little too seamlessly.
A little, yeah.
It was not that it was rushed, but it was just like such a long buildup for like, okay, this is fine. Here's what we're gonna do.
I was hoping for a little bit more turmoil at the, like a cliffhanger at the end or
Yeah.
something, like something to show that not everything is well and good.
Yeah,
I didn't know what I was hoping for, but I just didn't want it to be perfect.
it was
you know?
really. It was like that Ocean's 11 movie or whatever with all the ladies.
Oh, the Ocean,
where
yeah.
everything just went according to plan.
Yeah,
the whole time.
there was no
no
conflict.
problem. Yeah.
That was the end of this fucking book.
Yep. Evelyn's like, cool, I'm going to buy my old house. I'm going to hide Martine in it,
Yep.
build my own lab. She'll be, not only will she be my lab assistant, but I can experiment on her. And Nathan doesn't want to fully parent this child full time.
So it's perfect.
So we can go back and forth like a divorced couple.
Yeah.
But again, is no one going to find this clone in her house ever?
She
And
has
you-
no friends, I don't think. So, like,
But then
no.
the kid's going to start. Our kid's not going to keep that secret. It's gonna be like, why are both my moms exactly the same?
I think you can teach a kid a secret at an early age.
That's fucked up, though. That kid's gonna.
Yeah, but I mean,
something.
either
How
way,
would you
the kid
say?
was
Like,
fucked
do you
up.
think they're gonna say like, "This is my twin sister," but don't talk
don't
about
talk
her?
But also, they don't know how he's going to grow up because he's like part
Yeah, it
clone.
could be a
he's
weird
a clone
fucking-
baby.
Be like,
gonna
in
have 12
Splice,
toes.
It grows a fucking tail and
Yeah.
can climb walls, which is kind of cool.
Oh man,
Pretty fucking. If you're
Okay.
gonna have a kid.
son, you've got a lot of things to keep secret. Or it was a girl. You've got a lot of things to
Oh.
keep secret.
A bully torments the kid at school. Like
Climbs
fucking
away.
lasers shoot out of its eyes.
Brightburn just turns super evil.
Evelyn's like, gosh, I
Oh fuck.
cannot explain this. That's weird. Must have eaten something.
We're gonna move north.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could also homeschool. It's going to be a weird fucking living situation.
Oh, true. Homeschooling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ew.
And now her research is focusing on, like, again, I don't really understand, like, how the clone brain works.
I think she's trying to hone in. Yeah, she's trying to figure out how their brain works and then hone in on perfecting having their programming.
Yeah.
which, again, I don't think is possible with our human brains. Just a thought.
Yeah.
So,
Obviously, cloning is, and the ethics of it is a huge theme. Are they really people?
yes,
And
they are people.
Like Evelyn,
That's my
Evelyn doesn't treat them like people.
No.
They're like property that they can do. They have a specific purpose,
Right.
and when they're done with that, they toss them. Which Evelyn's super cool with. Martine's like, well,
See, that's the thing, right? Martine feels emotions. She has her own thoughts, and she experiences pain and whatever. So why is she not a person?
yeah, cloning
Right?
is a huge. That's why it's not, at least publicly,
Yeah.
happening, because it raises.
Oh, it's totally happening, though.
Oh, for sure. It raises a lot of questions, like, do they have rights?
Right, exactly.
Lots of people would still be like, oh, but it's not really a person. And then the clones would be like, no, well, you made me. Like, babies are made.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
form in a womb.
We're just made older.
Yeah,
So-
and then, like, if you clone people, there's so many bad things you could do with clones.
Right.
You can make it so people never really die. You can just, like,
Yeah.
transfer consciousness into another version of
Oh,
you.
the island.
Over and
that
over.
one. That they just took organs when you won the lottery. It was because they were going to kill you and cut out your liver.
Yeah. Which is some stuff that Martine was doing. They were,
Right.
or Evelyn was
Yeah,
doing. They
yeah.
were taking their organs. So, yeah, that's a lot behind cloning. I can see both sides. I'm remaining Switzerland in this because I cannot say if clothing should or shouldn't happen, and if it is
For
or isn't
funsies,
right.
I think it should.
Oh, yeah, it's
because
super cool if you can.
My science brain wants to because they're like, yes, let's see how far we can push everything.
Is
But also,
it
then
right?
it's like we already have enough people, you know?
Yeah, that would be because a lot of people would would use cloning, I think, to cheat death.
Yes.
But then if no one dies, the Earth will be overcrowded to the point of extinction, which
Like,
we are
really
already
quickly.
heading to.
Yeah.
So let's not push that. But
Let's not run there at least.
I don't know.
You can pay to clone your pet though, right now, which is funny. 'Cause, again, there are enough stray, dying animals that you can adopt, but let's just get sad about our one pet, clone them, and then realize, hey, it's not the same pet.
Yeah.
Like, sure, physically they're the same, but they don't have the memories.
You have to you have to teach it everything. And
Yeah. You didn't clone its love for you.
it's a whole fucking situation. But it's cool that Evelyn pushed it to that stage.
Oh, it's
good for
super
you
cool.
scientifically. Let's see what you do with it. I don't want to be involved.
I wipe my hands of this.
Do what you will with the clones. Gaslighting is a theme.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Oh, Nathan.
Wouldn't be a Mad Love month if it wasn't. There
Would
wasn't
you
some
if I
gaslighting.
told you I didn't want this baby, would you let me make that choice? Sure, if you could just look over there while I slit your throat from
Yeah.
behind.
Oops.
Handling your emotions and the effects of like childhood trauma.
Right. Allowing your
How
emotions.
how you grow through that.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible, like, yep, my mom killed my dad. And her dad's constant, like, don't feel emotion.
Mm-hmm. He's wrong. Don't listen to him.
Everyone's going to feel emotions no matter what you do. You can't shut off emotions.
Yeah. You're either going to feel them in the moment or you're going to blow up on someone later.
And if you don't feel emotions, like if you're hopped up on pills, you're just a fucking zombie.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you need them even if you hate them.
C'est la
So
vie.
healthily learn how to deal with them. Nathan and her dad and Evelyn.
And Evelyn.
Everyone in this book should go to therapy.
No, I see why Nathan hated Evelyn at the end.
Yeah, but again, why
divorce.
did you marry each other in the first place?
Exactly.
You know right away if someone is the exact opposite of you and you hate everything about her.
Yes.
And Nathan was
Hello?
like, that's my wife.
That's my wife. Maybe he really just wanted her money. Like, she's going to be real successul, and I want that
Oh,
dough.
yeah, he's a fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
And we got an unhealthy marriage. We got motherhood.
Yes.
Fucking Evelyn vehemently did not want kids. It's just not in her.
And that's cool.
Yeah, if you
feel
don't want
her.
kids, you don't want kids. That's okay. If you want kids, have a kid. If you can.
I was about to drink the mic stand.
Oh, great.
That works.
Yeah, it's not the whole like the mom has to stay home while the father works.
No, he wants the
Nathan.
baby. He can stay home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a fucking professor and she's a world-renowned scientist. You want her to stay home? Fucking no. No. She could change the world. You just give people tests and mark things.
I mean, that's a simplified version of a professor. Yeah.
So yeah, sorry to the professors. I'm just compared to like a
Compared to
scientist
like the
who handles cloning.
the winner of some prize
Yeah.
that we can't remember.
Obviously,
I swear it was the Nobel.
Nathan should stay home or just get a bit.
Yeah.
It's such an old school notion. You can have a kid and both of you work. You can sort it out.
I get a nanny and then do daycare.
Yeah, you don't. One person doesn't have to stay home. This is why I don't want kids. There's so much
What a
involved.
kerfuffle.
And then shaping a child's mind. That's like Evelyn with Martine. How do you make sure they don't turn out into a fucking psycho? And then if they do,
What do you do about it?
Like if my kid, the mother of the Night Stalker, let's say.
Yeah, no.
What a bummer.
You worked so hard. and
Although
then
his
that's the
family
outcome.
was fucked up.
Oh, see, well, that's the thing. If you got a weird mom, then she doesn't care how you grow up anyway, right? She doesn't care how you turn out.
If you're totally normal, you're compassionate, and then your son's a serial killer. And then you have to be like, this fucking... I didn't teach him that. Okay, don't put this
But
on
then how
me.
does that get... I feel like if you have a good home life, you don't become a serial killer.
Yeah, unless they just have a mental illness.
And head
that-
trauma. No head trauma.
Yeah, that they never get treated and things just take a turn. I don't know. Some people are just born fucked, and that's... And you can work through that.
You can.
Most people ignore it, and then you turn into fucking these people. Or something happens to you. Serial killers are bad. Don't
They're
get me started on
fascinating.
serial
Oh, I know.
killers. God. Oh, if I was smarter, I would love to be like the ones that analyze the killers. What are they called?
The detective?
No. There are people whose like job is to get into their head
Oh, yeah.
to figure out like
that would be a cool job.
Oh, they're so interesting. I mean, shame on you, but interesting.
Shame.
But I love this book.
I did too. It was fun.
It was so weird. It was really a simple like story.
It
all
was
in all.
actually very simple, and I
Everything
really
went well.
appreciated that.
I did the whole thing because Evelyn was a fucking every problem that came to her was like, okay, sorted. Give me 5 minutes to think about this. I
She
have
was a
plan.
powerhouse, yeah.
And that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Socially inept, but that's all right.
Who needs it?
You have your clone now. That's fine.
Let her go to parties while you stay home.
Yeah, when she wants social interaction.
There you go.
Clone. There's some to it. I could not live with a clone of myself. Even if it was a bit off, like...
Hey, you didn't put your dishes away. Neither did you. Fuck.
Oh, if it was exactly me, no, we'd
Yeah.
kill each other. If it was like Martine and she was like, why is my body doing this? I'd be like, I don't know. Why is
my body doing this?
I can't help you. Figure it out or you're going to die. That's all. That's me as a mother,
Great
too.
advice. Figure it out or you're gonna die.
I don't know.
Ah!
My main question.
Oh, main question.
Put yourself in Evelyn's shoes.
Okay.
That moment you open the door, there's a clone. Evelyn chose to ignore it.
Sure.
And handle Nathan's mess.
Yet no.
All of Nathan's mess. And then Martine's mess. Would you have just, even if it put your research at risk and you'd have to go through like all the ethic meetings, would you report Nathan and have him thrown in jail?
Yes.
And then would you kill Martine? Or hand her into the lab for them to, I guess.
No, I'd let the government handle that. I would tell someone important what happened. Hey, my ex-husband is a psycho. He stole my research, and this is what he did to it. My ethics aren't in question because I did nothing.
Yeah, you could work around that. You could say, like, just point out how pathetic what he did was.
Yeah. Then, if anything, you just get more security for your lab.
Her panic thoughts, it didn't make sense.
The fact that she let it happen, she was just like, okay.
Yeah, the whole thing. Even after he's fucking dead.
I know.
And you have no part in it. You're like, well, I'm going to stick my foot right in here.
Like, after Nathan died, she could have just killed Martine and buried her and then walked away and been like, I don't fucking know where Nathan is.
Yeah. But no. And then even if they called her up like, oh, but look, if someone gets a hand on your research, look what they can do. someone could get their hands on all sorts of like nukes.
Nukes, yeah,
Fucking,
there
there's
you
so
go.
many things out in the
People
world.
make bombs in their home.
Yeah. It's like people are gonna be cloning. Scientists
gonna
like this,
do-
they're always gonna do their shit.
Yeah.
There's a potential of someone stealing it and it getting in the wrong hands.
It's like genetic engineering. CRISPR, people are doing that at home. They're trying to make like dogs that glow in the dark. Like that's shit you can do at your house. Whether it works is a different story, but
I don't want to get up and turn the light on. Just shout for the dog. Skip, come up here.
get in here. Rup, rup.
Oh, that poor dog. Just always glowing.
Kill me.
Yeah, I don't understand why she did any of this. I would have again been like, "Oh, Martine, look at your pretty roses. Just look at the roses." And
Step,
then
step.
Walking Dead
Step,
style, shoot her. And then bury everyone in the garden. And when the feds come
away.
and they unearth fucking 14 bodies, just be like, I don't know.
I was in my lab, and then you tell Saeed, and he goes, "Yes, she was." Yes.
And then it'll be like, interesting that your husband, who had access to your cloning research, has all these clones. And then you can be like, oh, maybe he was doing his own research.
We lived together. He could have stolen everything.
Her plan was dumb.
Oh, yeah.
But entertaining.
Entertaining.
So you got a clone now.
If she did it our way, it wouldn't be a book.
Murder.
Yeah.
If she left Martine to the government, that would be bad for Martine.
Oh, yeah.
They'd put her in a coma and study her.
Yeah.
And like pick her apart. Which is kind of nice that Evelyn stopped that. She must have known that. She kind of cared for Martine.
She did
a
it for
little.
herself. Even when she said, like, it looks like I'm being nice, but really I'm doing this for me.
The whole book, she's like, wow, I'm awful with people.
And here we go again.
You're going to be a great stepmom, Evelyn.
Good luck to you.
What song and or movie would you pair with this?
Okay. So my song is Korn, Throw Me Away.
Dope song.
Because fucking Nathan threw her
Nathan's
away.
theme song.
Count time and time again.
I don't like my wife. Into
I don't
the
like
garden.
my life. And my shows, Orphan Black, and that Mother's Day episode of Into the Dark.
Yes.
Because that was
All great.
cloning.
I got Living with Myself on Netflix, which is more of a lighter thing, but still two clones trying to live together.
clones.
and
Really
sort
funny,
that
too.
out. Paul Rudd.
Oh my God, he's gold.
That show sold me with that painfully long scene of him trying to come out of the plastic, and he was like, I love how he moves.
Yes, everything about him. He's just it's perfection.
He's like a butterfly in a person, or a golden retriever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he can do no wrong.
Yeah,
He's just so
aged.
innocent.
Maybe he is a clone. That's why he doesn't age.
He really doesn't.
His bodies keep dying, and they just transfer him into another Paul Rudd.
Oh shit.
Damn.
And that's why he did the show. He's like, now no one will suspect it.
We're gonna get hauled away in vans.
100%.
How did you know? My song is Someone Else by Grabbits and Rez.
Yes.
I don't want to talk about their name. It's their group. They chose that. And that's cool. Cloning. Would you fucks with it? Would you clone yourself?
Ooh, yes.
Okay.
So if our world of cloning worked in that you could, if you chose to clone yourself, the only thing the government like needed from you is that you now have to take care of your own clone. I'd be like, cool, great, because each of us can work, right? And then
you turn yourselves into like a sweatshop.
yes, because all the jobs I already do now would have two people doing them.
Oh, wow.
That'd be great.
Such an efficient...
Yeah.
I just for like loneliness, it might be fun, but I think we'd get sick of each other.
Oh, I'd barely talk to her. Bitch, you finished that
Ooh.
video? Good. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not cool with the whole like let's put me in another version of me because when I go like that's my time. Bro.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be a ghost. I'm gonna see what else is next. I don't need to get put back on this earth and go
No,
through more shit
Yeah,
forever.
I don't need that eternal life thing. I'm good.
I used to want to be immortal, but then age and life happened.
And you're just like, ew.
I'd rather just fucking die when it's my time.
I don't want this forever.
No.
It's just hard. That's how I feel.
God, an eternity of anxiety.
Yeah, right? Fuck that.
It would be cool to see how they treat mental disorders in 100 years. If they could
True.
just zap it out of you.
No, we're going to go back to the Dark Ages and they're going to start lobotomizing again.
Okay. Great. Well,
Shit.
science is going to go where science goes. Hopefully I will be dead before anything weird happens.
Yeah.
This author, man, they are poppin'.
Poppin'.
Gailey's fiction has been, Oh yeah, that's their last name.
Oh, wow.
I was like, is that a publishing house? Gailey's fiction has been published in The Atlantic, Tor.com, and Fireside Magazine. Their nonfiction writing has appeared on Tor.com, Mashable, The Boston Globe, and Uncanny Magazine. Oh my God,
That's uncanny.
Gailey is well known for their 2017 novella duology, River of Teeth and Taste of Marrow. Ooh, those sound spooky.
Those do sound spooky.
Their first full-length novel, Magic for Liars, was published by Tor Books in June 2019. BuzzFeed News has called it one of the best fantasies of 2019.
I don't trust BuzzFeed.
Well, if BuzzFeed says... But I'm sure, based on this book, I trust it.
Yeah.
February 2020 brought the publication of their most recent novella, Upright Woman Wanted, their debut young adult novel, When We Were Magic. I haven't read it, was published by Simon Pulse in March 2020. Even their bio was super efficient. It was like, here's everything, here are the publishing houses, here are the awards, goodbye.
Goodbye. I like that. I like it. We're in, we're out, we're done.
I'd read more. I'd read more of their
me
books.
too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Is it good? I think this is their first full fiction novel. Okay. Lots of novellas.
Yes.
And then
Which
the
is
young
fun.
adults.
It's a good way to ease on into it. With a little novella.
Dope. Well, Sarah, you fucking did it.
Nailed it.
You handled cloning and I didn't get confused.
Yes.
So.
That's the winning part, is not confused.
Yes.
But it's great because now we're done Mad Love, which I do love that theme.
Yeah,
it's
you can't just read it
theme.
forever though, because then you're just every person you meet, you're like, oh, what fucking shit have you done?
Exactly. Fuck this guy, fuck that guy, fuck that girl, fuck them all. But yeah, so next, this is a fucking weird new theme for us. Spy novels.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting into spy month. We literally only chose it because Alma Katsu's got a spy novel coming out in March. Mm-hmm. So we're doing Red Widow. But first,
yes. Espionage.
I've chosen some espionage.
Or espionage, as I heard one person say.
No way. I love that. Was it John?
No, it's a family member.
Gotta get that epitome.
Please.
That's later. Oh. Okay. Hey, spy books. A Spy in the Struggle by Aya de Leon.
I think it sounds like she's going to have a really great time in this book.
She spied on her people, but exposed herself. Synopsis. Coming at you.
She looks cool.
Since childhood, right? She's fucking fancy.
Yeah, I bought that book.
Nice. Since childhood, Yolanda Vance has forged her desire to escape poverty into a laser-like focus that took her through prep school and Harvard Law. So when her prestigious New York law firm is raided by the FBI, Yolanda turns in her corrupt bosses to save her career and goes to work for the Bureau. That's fun. Soon she's seen undercover at Red, Black, and Green, an African-American extremist activist group back in her California college town. They claim a biotech corporation fueled by Pentagon funding is exploiting the neighborhood. But Yolanda is determined to put this assignment in her own win column, head back to corporate law, and regain her comfortable life. Until an unexpected romance opens her heart and a suspicious death opens her eyes. Menacing, dark money forces will do anything to bury Yolanda and the movement. Fueled by memories of who she once was, and what once really mattered most, how can she tell those who've come to trust her that she's been spying? As the stakes escalate and one misstep could cost her life, Yolanda will have to choose between betraying the cause of her people or invoking the wrath of the country's most powerful law enforcement agency.
Whew,
that's
Yolanda.
a mouthful. What happened to these 4-sentence synopses?
I am very curious and excited to see how we deal with spy novel. I think I've only read like one spy novel. I've watched some spy movies. Spy stuff isn't like exactly my thing.
Me neither. I've never read a spy novel.
I read
Nothing espionage.
Stephanie Meyer, the girl that made Twilight.
Okay.
She wrote a adult fiction book about like called The Chemist, I think. Had some weird spy shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not like I've watched some spy movies, but reading a spy book, never.
A Man Named Uncle? That's
Yes,
the Henry Cavill
that
one,
was
right?
good.
Oh,
Too bad Armie Hammer is a cannibal, but what are you gonna do? But Alma, you did this to us. We gotta read The Spy.
There's so many weeks in March that now we have 3 fucking spy novels.
But it's like a book challenge for us. Can we read spy novels and enjoy them
for an entire month?
We're gonna see. We're gonna put on our spy goggles, get our gadgets ready.
We're gonna go spy versus spy and make it happen.
Yeah, and we'll see if we love them all.
Oh yeah,
Almost, I'm sure, will at least be written well.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
And she worked for the CIA for several years, so
That'll be fun.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be a good one. But I mean, this will be a good episode too. A spy in the Struggle.
She looks cool. Yolanda, I assume that's her on the cover.
She's fucking fly.
I
She's
like
got
her vibes.
Yes, those sunglasses.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
I love it. I would never read a spy book with like
A man.
Yeah, what's that fucking the Tom Cruise one? John. It's always John.
There's like
John.
Jack Reacher
and stupid names.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't care.
Jason
James Bond.
Bourne.
All these people, the men just get like the women who have like really no relevance to the story just for sex.
Mm-hmm.
No, I want a lady who has a mysterious past, who's wounded, who is rough around the edges, gets shit done. Lady spies.
Atomic Blonde.
I think all our spy books are lady spies. Atomic Blonde.
Excellent. Atomic Blonde can be the movie pairing for all of them.
Oh my god, yes. Alrighty, well, don't forget to review, like, comment, share, everything. Subscribe.
iTunes, though, it helps if you rate and review.
Yes, tell us what you like about us, what you don't like in a nice, constructive way.
We're fragile.
Fragile. And help us grow this podcast.
Grow with us like trees.
So join the coven.
Like vegan trees.
It's getting weird now.
Join the coven. And then remember to stay excellent.
If you understood all of that, do what she says.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Okay.
Bye.
Be careful if you clone yourself. Just go
careful.
into it with a plan.
Be careful.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Get out of here.